tell me the person who has the best chance to beat Tank under 140 pounds. Jenkins.
Did we come to me first? I mean, the only right answer is Shakur, but I feel like he also like wouldn't be able to handle the strength and power, and eventually it would just be too much.
What about you, Kayla? You already know.
Shakur Stevenson, like Shakur Stevenson.
You don't think Tio or Haney
Tio,
or
no, you said under 100.
even a Matias
You said under
or a Pitbull
135.
Cruz in a rematch?
You
Johnny
said
boy.
under 135.
I said under
I'm
140.
going.
Under 140.
I'm
Hey,
going with
Johnny, I don't
Shakur
know if you know, but
Stevenson. Huh?
I don't know if you know, but Pitbull is Franklin's favorite fighter in this whole world, so he gonna always throw Pitbull.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I know you don't know yet, but yeah, he gonna always throw that in
No,
there.
I like he's a fan-friendly fighter. I just, he got to work on that defense. The Mexican fighters, they come head first. They're great fighters, but just I believe he has a great chin too. He's durable, so he won't get knocked out. But you got to work on that defense, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a great fighter, not a great boxer.
Yeah, absolutely.
No. But what do you think? Do you think Shakur too?
Yeah, I think Shakur is just the levels above everyone else, and you got to remember that Shakur, on statistically wise, he only gets hit 4 punches a round. Floyd Mayweather at the same time in his career was getting hit 6 punches a round. So right now, defensively, Shakur is the best defensive fighter in boxing, better than Floyd Mayweather. That says a lot. He's not going to get hit, and he loves to clinch, and he loves to hold on the inside. He likes to give hold your face, blind you, and hit you with those body shots. I think Tank will get frustrated, and that's why Shakur will win that fight, in my opinion.
Hey, before I move on to Blueprint, one more question for you, Johnny, since you've been around the sport for a long, long time.
Yeah.
Who do you think at this age? Tank is 29 years old. Compare Tank at 29 to Floyd at 29, popularity-wise, box attraction-wise. Who do you think is bigger?
I think Tank is more popular. Wise, remember, Floyd is the villain. He was only popular after he took the torch from Oscar De La Hoya. He was getting up there, but he wasn't getting those big paydays. He got $10 million for Oscar De La Hoya. After that, he went into the stratosphere. If you remember, that was the first time HBO ever had that 24/7. That was the first time that there was never a build up to the fight, to these pay-per-view events, and that just sent him into the stratosphere. And then he just started every fight after that was just Floyd Mayweather. He played the villain role so well. Tank, you can still love him. He gets in trouble outside of the ring, gets arrested, domestic violence, all these other things, hit and runs, but he's still a nice guy on the inside. He's not saying I'm the best and I have all the money, and people get turned off. Working people that have to break their butt to go to work and make a paycheck, they get offended by that. I can look at Floyd and separate his personality from his skill and say, wow, this guy is amazing, one of the greatest fighters that ever lived, and I can say he's a jerk too. But that has nothing to do with boxing. He's just one of the greatest fighters who ever lived, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's a great point. 24/7 were fucking goated.
Yeah.
Hey, and after that 24/7, that's when he signed that crazy deal with Showtime.
Yeah.
After that,
he left HBO.
It was like 60 million, 70 million for 4 fights or something like that.
Yeah, it was insane. And then he just the money.
And then I think it's Cuba or Blueprint. One of y'all always said that when people say they're trying to do the Floyd Blueprint, they're not doing it the right way. Floyd got his money off of pay-per-view back end. He had the deal, but he got his money off the pay-per-view back end. But then also we all know due to streaming these days, pay-per-view will never be the same.
Yeah, bro,
Yeah,
but
it's
listen,
pay-per-view
Floyd got his money off of pay-per-view back end, but like Floyd whooped ass, bro. You have to whoop ass in this sport. And I feel like a lot of people are kind of weird on how Floyd came to be. Like, bro, Floyd wasn't just a fighter who was afraid to fight. Like, I've seen Floyd fights a lot, bro. He bounces around the ring, he uses the shoulder roll and all that shit, but he still bangs with these guys. That's why, Floyd played the villain, yes, but he played the villain towards other people's fan bases. Floyd still had fans who enjoy paying the money and paying the pay-per-view to watch him fight.
That's a fact.
He when the fight
I paid it.
September. He fought in September, and he fought Cinco de Mayo weekend. August, September, and Cinco de Mayo weekend. Floyd knew when to fight. All
right, let me get back to my questions though. Blueprint.
Yeah, get back to Blueprint.
Who's the Who's the
Make
guy
it
that
raw.
can beat Tank, man, or that has the
Man,
best chance to beat Tank?
You know, the obvious choice is Shakur, man, but I used to think it would be Teo until the way he fought Sandor Martin and Jermaine Ortiz. But you know, if we're being honest, Jermaine Ortiz is, you know, is a tough fight for anybody, man. It's a tough fight for anybody. But at that time too, Teo was overlooking him and talking about a Crawford fight, and I forgot who else, man. You know, you can't really overlook your opponent that you got lined up right in front of you.
What about
I mean, you know, the obvious choice is Shakur.
Shakur? Yeah, and I thought the same thing with Tio, but that performance against the guy you just said, where he kind of went on the offensive and the other guy was playing on the back foot the whole time, kind of fighting like Shakur. What's his name? The guy you just said? Tio's last fight?
Jermaine?
Yeah, Jermaine Ortiz. Jermaine Ortiz on the back
Tough,
foot the
tough
whole
fight.
fight.
Hey,
Yeah, and I think he fought against was it Loma?
Yeah, he
Before
fought
that?
against Loma and did
Yeah.
pretty good against him, man.
Yeah, and he fought pretty good against
Got the
Loma.
win too. Shit.
hey,
So Koopa, did you think it's Shakur too, Koopa?
Listen, I didn't want to see Shakur fight Tank because of Edwin De Los Santos.
Don't say
I
Haney.
get it. Shakur
That was a
is
hand
the
injury. That was a hand injury.
Thank you,
Bro,
Johnny boy. Everybody likes to ignore that shit, bro.
Floyd had a hand injury against Castillo, and then in the rematch, you see that there was no hand injury, and he dominated Castillo. That's the reason why Tank had an injury with your boy Pitbull Cruz, and then he needs to get that rematch back.
Hey, that's how people are nowadays.
Don't let Franklin hear you
but
talk
even
about
before he had
Pitbull
a
like
hand
that.
injury. No. It's my turn to
I
answer
don't
this
want to see
question.
that
Hold up.
rematch for another 2
Go ahead,
years.
Coop.
Hold up. Listen, Shakur is an obvious example. He's obvious choice. It's just that from a consumer standpoint, as far as my time and my money, I know Shakur can bang. I know Shakur can dog it out. Shakur isn't afraid to get hit, but when he got hit by Edwin De Los Santos, I didn't like how he reacted. Now, to Keizo's point a few podcasts ago, where he said, you know, win how you want to win, I agree. But that kind of made me fall asleep after he got hit and he didn't. It was like a reluctancy to engage, and I don't want to see him do that against Tank.
But do you not consider his other hand being messed up? Like that is a whole. Like,
Bro,
that
like
has a whole
I
lot
saw
to
that
do
man
with it.
fight, and I'm just like Tank. You could tell by punch stats that obviously his hand was messed up. Shakur, I'm like, no, like it wasn't. The punch stats weren't wildly different, so I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, broken hand. Like, no, like a broken
What is he
hand
supposed
doesn't
to
make
do?
you. Tank was willing to bang with Cruz a little bit, even though his hand was messed up. Like, I'm fine with that. But Shakur seemed like he just did not want to get touched. Like, that does not have to do with your hand being broken, bro. Like, no.
Well, you know Shakur's safety first, so that's his style.
I get it, but it's like if Tank is supposed to be a big puncher and Edwin De Los Santos is supposed to have pop, and that's Shakur's reaction, I don't want to see him fight Tank. Like, I don't.
Cooper.
I don't think that's gonna be
Shut
his
up.
reaction. His
When did
arm goes ham.
Edwin De Los
Hey,
Santos
Frank.
catch Shakur?
Bro.
In
Frank,
what round? In what round? Dog, go watch it. In what round?
In the beginning of the go watch the fight.
No,
In the beginning of the fight.
He never caught him.
All right. Let's move on before the Keizo and Koopa get into a battle.
What are you talking
Hold on, Frank.
about?
Robert, go ahead.
Nigga with a broken hand, he
Alright.
made this man
Bruh,
break a record
I think-
for the league.
Bro, get out of here. Like, bro, reluctancy to engage because a guy popped you a little bit is not some shit I want to see. Like,
Didn't we just
come
talk
on.
about this, bro? They're not entertainers. It's a blood sport.
Bro, then all right, then don't fight in the ring, don't charge
And don't
tickets,
get hit,
don't charge
bro.
pay-per-view.
They have
What the
no
fuck? Like,
have no duty to you at all to entertain you though. That's what y'all don't get.
Hey, y'all gotta
Alright.
forgive.
Bro, this is
Cooper.
pride
He's
fighting,
still
Me
bro.
as an
recovering from
amateur
that big hand
boxer,
loose.
me as an amateur boxer, if somebody in the crowd telling me to engage, I have no duty to engage. Cause nigga, you not in here getting your head torn off. I am.
I
didn't
agree
say
with that.
Shakur needs to go in there and get his
They
head torn off.
they-
All I'm gonna say
they
is
are boxers first.
And that's what Floyd
entertainers
preached.
last.
That's what Floyd
They are
preached.
You know,
boxers
yeah,
first,
that's
and
what you want
entertainers
for him.
last, if anything, bro.
bro, you can't blame me for not wanting to spend my hard-earned money and my time to watch him do that shit against
But we've had
Edwin
this
De Los Santos.
conversation
Like,
before. I told you, You wouldn't want to watch that fight because nobody's gonna get knocked out. But
All right, bro, we
said
gotta
but
move on. We
it's
gotta
gonna
move
be
on.
the best. Hold on. Let me
My
finish.
turn,
It's
please.
gonna be the
Relax,
best
Molly.
display of the sweet science of boxing in this century, my nigga. I swear.
That's great, and I'm gonna catch it on the highlights. I'm not about to pay my money to go see it, bro. Like,
Okay,
no.
then
Like,
catch it on
Yes,
Twitter.
you
Catch it on
are.
Twitter.
Yes, you.
Catch it on
If
Twitter.
anybody
Catch it on
will,
Twitter.
you will, Cooper.
Catch it on
Hey,
Twitter.
Cooper,
Little
that's
hating
your
ass.
choice. That's your choice, but this is just the fan thinking they're more important than the whole fucking boxer and the whole thing that goes on. In every sport nowadays, the fan just thinks they're the most important thing. They got everything to say, but they're not actually in there doing it. So,
All right, Robert. Let's hit Robert's answer so we can move on. Robert.
Who can beat him?
Yeah, who has the best chance?
But the best chance is two people. The
I
first
know one of them. Nobody said him. Nobody said him yet.
The first one, I'm gonna say Tio, but it's only Tio if he coming off a bad fight because he fight bad and great. Tio is up and down fighter. Tio's last fight was terrible, so his next fight is going to be great.
Got a point.
And the other person is obviously Shakur, because Shakur is the only boxer who could fight a perfect fight for 12 rounds. He could fight a perfect fight for 12 rounds.
Good answer.
He can do what he need to do for them 12.
In my opinion, I'm gonna say somebody that nobody said. Naoya Inoue has a chance if he comes up in weight.
Shut up.
Oh, no way. No way.
No, that's
No.
Hazel.
I break, man. No, man.
Hazel.
Shut up.
Bro, in 5 to 6 years,